2 months after the retail launch, the Moto X still offers a nice level of personalization and a lot under the hood. But the question is it worth it on the Android front versus other devices like the HTC One, the Galaxy Note 3, the Galaxy S4, the LG G2, and more? I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com. This is 2 months in with the Moto X. Let's go find out together. 2 months after the retail launch, there's still a lot to like about the Moto X, but like anything else in the Android game and as a whole, the smartphone game in general, you got to pick the things you like and make a decision as to the device that's most important to you. The Moto X has some great features all around, which we'll talk about a little bit in this video, but 2 months in, I'll show you what the device itself looks like. A couple of personal observations here. After carrying this device as part of a 30-day challenge and then using it as a backup device from time to time, keeping it in my briefcase, etc., I've noticed that it does tend to scratch up here right around the display. Now this is going to be hard to see on camera, but the lip on the outside of the device here just before the screen ends and we go to the sides of the device is a little bit raised, making it pretty prone to scratches when you either drop it or you slide it up against a table. This is what's going to get scratched before anything else. That said, I have had some scratches both here, and it's going to be hard to see on the camera, but I have scratches over on this side, over here as well, from a combination of it being dropped, from scuffs, from running it across my desk, for example, and more. If you do get scratches, that's probably where they're going to happen first. I have not gotten tired of the colors yet. You know, Moto Maker's available right now just on AT&T Moto X devices, but you can customize the back plate, the front plate between white and black, and the accent colors here as well. As you see, I picked orange for the review unit. So a lot of different color choices. 2 months in, I still find that to be a really unique piece of this device, something that no other OEM is doing right now in terms of straight color customization on the exterior of the device. So I find that to be pretty functional and useful. Another thing I like about this phone a lot, it's a smaller device. Now, you know, for me personally, I enjoy a device that has about a 5-inch display as far as, you know, customization and personability, all the way up to about 5.7 inches. This is great for a couple different reasons. One, it's great to have an Android phone that has a 4.7-inch display, so still very pocketable, still very much able to be used with one hand, but still packs some really nice specs all around. It's also very easy to hold in the hand. The Motorola logo here in the back serves as a nice place to put your index finger, and this thing is really comfortable for long phone calls. If there's something I talked about in the review that I really want to personify to some extent, if you will, and the 2-month follow-up, it is that. The fact that this thing is great from a call quality standpoint, and perhaps more importantly, from an ergonomic standpoint. Very easy to hold, it's curved, and then the ridges are quite nice here, so very easy to hold in the hand for long phone calls. So if you're somebody that does still talk on the phone, it's going to be a solid unit for you. Quick rundown of the specs here. 1.7 gigahertz dual-core CPU with Motorola's X8 architecture, 4.7-inch 720p HD display, 10 megapixel camera. Since we last spoke about this device, there has been a software update to the camera. The camera overall does take better pictures, and of course you can flip your wrist twice to activate the camera. So overall, camera image quality is far better here. We'll take a look at the Motorola Droid Ultra, which just happened to be over here. And we'll focus in. You can see a far better picture all around. Granted, there's a lot of light shining down in this area of my desk right now, but you can see here really a nice clean image. I know that I can delete it. Really a nice clean image all around right there, and still that ability to jump between the live camera itself and then, of course, the image gallery. On-screen buttons on this device as well. Camera looks nice. Keyboard's easy to type on. Battery life is so-so on this device. Battery life here does leave a little bit to be desired. It is non-removable as well, so keep that in mind versus something like a Galaxy S4, etc. Non-removable, a little bit smaller as well, so keep that into take that rather into consideration as you're looking to buy your next Android phone. The OK Google Now functionality of this device, I don't find it, to be totally honest with you, I don't use it on a daily basis. The most I use Google Now for is the occasional tell me the weather in Dallas, or if I'm traveling, tell me the weather in San Francisco, or wherever I'm at for that particular day of the week. I use it for that. That's about it, to be totally honest with you. I don't use it for anything more. I think it's a novelty, at least in my personal use, for anything more than that. What I do use on a regular basis, two things. One, the Motorola Assist application here, as you can see, driving, meeting, and sleeping. I do have easy access to all that stuff. I keep driving active, so if I am using this device and I drive, I have the option to turn that on and have my messages read out to me, and it goes into that mode based on the accelerometer. Meeting's great as well. I have it turned off right now, but meeting, if my work calendar's synced up, it sees that I'm in a meeting, it'll kick the phone over onto silent. Sleeping is great as well. I can set it from, let's say, 11:30 to 6 o'clock and say, hey, don't call me between these hours, and if you do, keep the phone on silent, with the exception of my family, my wife, my cat. I'm just kidding there, but you get the idea. I can set specific contacts through here. Someone calls twice, or a favorite calls, so you can set that as you wish. That's a great feature. Then also Motorola's Connect application here as well. Really a nice feature for me, because oftentimes and I know I talk about this a lot in the review, this is a great feature for those people that are like me to keep their phone face down on their desk or keep it on silent or happen to walk to the conference room. You're walking around in the office a lot. You can get your calls and your messages over on your computer itself. So it's a nice touch because, hey, can't answer the phone from the computer, but you can at least see somebody's calling, and you can text message back and forth from the computer, and it'll automatically transfer that to the device. So all in all, there are some nice value adds here. It depends on what's most important to you. If battery life's important, if a big screen's important, if a quad-core processor is important, this is not going to be your device. If you're looking for a device with great call quality, something that's very pocketable, very solid all around from an ergonomic standpoint, going to be a great device for you, not to mention it has some great business tools like Motorola Connect and then Motorola's, I'll show you one more time here, Motorola's Assist application as well. 2 months in, still a solid contender in the Android marketplace. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for more on the Moto X. I'm on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron. Facebook, Facebook.com/hi Aaron Baker. Let me know what you think of Motorola's flagship device. And as always, I'll see you next time.